evening, my dear beloved friends. Thank you for joining me. I'm Pawnee, and I'm bringing you Mama's Fireside Chronicles. If you want to support the channel, please go to Barnes& Noble or any good bookstore and buy one of my books. Mama's Fireside Chronicles is a lovely rendering. My friends, it's lovely. I bless you with it. You'll have to purchase it, though. But it helps me. It helps me so much. And what really helps me is if you like, share, and subscribe this channel. Do it now, quickly. Yes, just reach over and hit that little bell and share it with a friend, okay? Today, beloved, this episode is called Why Surrender All? Why would I surrender all, my beloved? I mean, after all, my stuff's pretty good, and I need stuff. God knows we need stuff, so why would I surrender all? And by the way, surrender all to who? What does that even mean, right? Well, right now, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the whiteboard, and we're going to just take a quick look. I'll be reading a little bit today, but try to be patient with me, okay? Let's take a look. Why surrender all? That's a question. I mean, I think a lot of non-believers, they're afraid to surrender because that just sounds like if I surrender, I might not have enough, right? Okay, why surrender all? Well, I want to show you something here real quickly. Psalms 139. Uh-oh. Okay, so that's all right. So Psalms 139. You have searched me, Lord, and you know me. You know when I sit, you know when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. You discern my going out and my lying down. You're familiar with all my ways. He knows us inside and out. Every tiny little thing about us, he knows. Before a word is on my tongue, you, Lord, know it completely. You know exactly what I'm going to say before I say it. You hem me in behind and before, and you lay your hand upon me. Well, beloved, we require, Pawnee does anyway, I require being hemmed in. Honestly, if he doesn't keep me wrestled up a little bit, if he doesn't keep me kind of reined in, I'm liable to get myself in trouble. Such knowledge, beloved, is too wonderful for me, too lofty for me to attain. Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go to heaven, you're there. Sorry. Okay, we're going to get this. Okay. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. Some, like King James Version says Hades. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. If I rise on the wings of the dawn, if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there your hand will guide me. Your right hand will hold me fast. If I say, surely the darkness will hide me, I can remember trying to hide in the dark from my brothers, and that worked pretty good. When you hide in the dark, some people hide in the dark, and here's what they do, beloved. They go to bars. Bars help us to hide in the dark. Bars help us to hide in the dark. We like to hide in the dark, but look at this. If I go to hide in the dark, the light, hold on. If even there your hand will guide me, your right hand will hold me fast, I will say, surely the darkness will hide me, and the light become night around me. Even the darkness will not be dark to you. Our beloved, the night will not be dark to the Lord. The Lord sees dark and night are the same. Day and night are the same to him. That is for us. He makes little tiny simple things. Why? Because we're simple. We have dark. Why? Because the Lord said they're not smart enough. They need to know when to go to bed. Make it dark. Okay, I got that covered. You kids it's dark. Go to sleep. Right? It's light. Get up. What time is it to eat? Well, it's just setting dawn. It's time to have dinner. That's our clock. That is our routine. We're supposed to be using that. So what's men do? Oh, I think I'll move that, just like kids, right? It doesn't look dark to me, Dad. Even the darkness will not be dark to you. The night will shine like the day, for darkness is light to you. God is awesome, my friend. Oh, shoot. For you created my innermost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful, Lord. I know that full well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in the secret place. God knew us before we were made in our mother's womb. That's a secret place where he does his work. But he's already written, watch this. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in the secret place, when I was woven together in the depths of the earth. So we were first made in the depths. Beloved, we were first made in the depths of the earth. See that? Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book. Beloved, there is a book. There's been a book. You were in the book. You have been in the book long before you were formed in the earth, in the depths of the earth. Beloved, is that like amazing? And now we're told it. Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. Long before we were. How precious to me are your thoughts, God. How precious to me are your thoughts, beloved. I can't even wrap my mind around God's thoughts. Precious is not a large enough word for me. That's honestly how I feel. Awe. How vast is the sum of them? He's talking about the thoughts. Were I to count them, they would outnumber the grains of sand. How much sand do you think there is? Oh, Lord Jesus, that's like every tiny breath you take in your entire life has already been preordained, pre-written. When I awake, I'm still with you. If only you, God, would slay the wicked. Away from me, you who are bloodthirsty. And now they speak of you with evil intent. Your adversaries misuse your name. Does that mean every time we use Christ's name in vain that we should die? Well, it is one of the commandments, thou shalt not use the Lord thy God's name in vain. So it's my opinion that you need to set that on the shelf and not do it. Let's be safe. He says it pretty clearly. Thou shalt not use the name of thy God in vain. Don't be ornery and don't be using his name. Use your name. That'd be better. All right. Okay. Here we go. They speak of you with evil intent. Your adversaries misuse your name. Do I not hate those who hate you, Lord, and abhor those who are in rebellion against you? I have nothing but hatred for them. Beloved, it's difficult, particularly in these days, not to hold in contempt those that use God as a battering point, whether it's one religion or another religion, or whether it's just the non-believers, some people that just hate the whole idea of God. They don't actually hate the God because they're saying he doesn't exist, but they're still acknowledging him. So it's a contrary thing. I say just be very cautious, beloved. Let the Lord go before you. Try not to have hate in your heart for them, because he also says in the Bible, if this is David's song, but the point is, God says, forgive those and pray for your enemies. Forgive those that are ornery to you, but pray for your enemies. Okay? So let's consider that before we go too far, okay? Let's get to the next page here. Okay. So, do I not hate those who hate you, Lord? Yes. And abhor those who are in rebellion against you? Yes. I have nothing but hatred for them. I count them my enemies. Now, beloved, I do think we should count them as our enemies. Let's get back to. Search me, God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. See if there's any offense. See if there's any offensive way in me, and lead me in the everlasting. My dear friends, the whole point of reading Psalms 139 was to show you the vast enormousness of God and his tremendous imagination and his thoughts and his sight, and everything about him is grand, is it not? It is, beloved. Everything is enormous. And guess what, beloved? The blessed Lord knows everything about us. Watch this. He knows how I think. He knows my dreams. He knows my secret thoughts. Beloved, we have secret thoughts we think are secret, but he knows them. In fact, he knew them before. He knew exactly how we were going to respond, not just to him, but to his enemies. He knows. He knows, beloved. Now, he knows my dreams. He knows my secret thoughts. He knows my true loves. Beloved, he knows my true loves. He knows what I really love and what I really do not love. He knows my true hates. If I have hate in my heart, he already knows it. Even if I don't realize that hate is there, he understands it perfectly. He knows our love. He knows our hates. He knows everything, beloved. He understands my imagination. We have an imagination. He gave it to us. I've done a teaching on it. It's a gift from him. Why? So that we are capable of thinking outside of our tiny box, beloved. So the bigger your imagination, like we tell the kids, oh, she got an imagination. Well, good for her. I had an imagination as a child. I spoke and spent time with Jesus, and they thought I was a little creepy. I don't care what they thought. I've always known him. Always. It was Jesus Christ was my friend. Wasn't some strange little bird. Oh, he knew my imagination. Imagination is good. God himself has a beautiful imagination. He knows my imagine. He also knows my comfort zones. He knows what's going to make me uncomfortable and what I'm going to be able to deal with. Some things are a little heavy, right? Okay. He sees everything. And his imagination, beloved, is greater than mine. He's got a fantastic imagination. Woo, like that. And he doesn't want me always relying on his. So watch this. Then here's what we say. We say, but I'm used to this thing. I don't want to change it. I like my job, Jesus. Jesus, I don't want a new relationship. I've gotten used to this. I know it beats the heck out of me, but I got used to it. Okay. Or how about, I don't want to have a new house, Jesus. I've had this old house for a long time. It's part of me. It's part of me who I am. Okay. Well, guess what? We say, but I'm used to this. Well, and he says, I know. I know. I know, baby girl. I know you're used to it. But he says, but I have something so good. He says, baby girl, I have something so good. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love this new thing. Won't you just look at it? He says, I'm really used to this old thing. I like this old shirt. I don't want another one. Okay, but let me just show you, he says. This is where we whine because we think we've already got a good thing. My thing's really good. I've been liking this old house. I know it leaks over there, and I know it's costing a lot. This old car's been my friend a long time. I don't want to give it up. Okay, all right. Well, we believe that we're already in a good place and a comfortable place. See, we get comfortable. Beloved, we get comfortable, whether it's in a job, a relationship, an old house. We get a church. We might just be really comfortable in a church, even though God's saying, well, I know, but I got a little something over here. And so maybe we've been studying to be a pastor or something. Maybe that was been our heart's desire, but we just haven't taken that next step. He's kind of trying to nudge us, and we're kind of, I know, this is so comfortable right here. Right? I mean, maybe that's so. Okay. So we're already in a good place. We're in a comfortable place. And God says, I know, sweet baby girl. I know. But I need you to trust me. Beloved, he's trying to get us to move, and he's trying to get us to trust him. Sometimes we're stuck in the mud that turns into cement. Why? Because we don't want to move them legs. We don't want to think outside of our box. We want to use our own little imagination, our own little comfort zone. We don't want to budge. We don't want to budge. That's what's wrong. So what we do is, so we roll it around in our mind. We think on it a little bit, and maybe, just maybe, we finally surrender. We finally surrender. Not all, but some. That's right. Usually what we'll do is say, all right, okay, I give up. I'm sorry I'm fighting you. I apologize. And we slip this over to him, but we kind of cut away a little dab. We kind of just cut that little bit. Okay? Keep that one little piece. We throw all that stuff away except that one little one. We surrender, but just not all, but some. Mostly. We surrender mostly, beloved. Then he says, sweet baby girl, what's in your hand? What is that in your hand, baby girl? And we're like, oh, nothing. And he says, please, lay it down. Please, baby girl, lay it down so you can receive all I have here in my hand for you. And he says, baby girl, this will require both of your hands. Let me read that again. This will require both of your hands. Beloved, he has enormous amount. His hand is way bigger than all of your hands. He says, no, baby girl, put that down because it's going to take both hands to take this lovely thing I have for you. And you're all like, I know, but I'm just really comfortable right now. Okay. Please, he says, lay it down so you can receive all I have here for you in my hand. This will require both of your hands. Well, begrudgingly, we lay it down. We're fighting tooth and nail, right? We're begrudgingly laying down what we've kept in our hand, that portion. We go with him to see what he has for us, and we look, and we say, what is that? What is that? And he says, well, sweet baby girl, this is called indoor plumbing. You're like, what? Indoor plumbing? What are you talking about? What does that mean? What is that? He says, yep, it's indoor plumbing. You don't have to use that outhouse anymore. Come to find out, beloved, there was no sacrifice at all. So he brought to us some indoor plumbing because we've been using an outhouse. We didn't know there was something better. As simple as it is, we just didn't know. We've been using an old, cold outhouse. Hard to get to, a little scary at night, but we've been hanging on to it because, you know, it's something we're used to. Right? So come to find out, we had no sacrifice at all, beloved. But we fought tooth and nail to keep the outhouse. We fight tooth and nail to keep something that isn't even good for us. Why? Comfort. We're used to it. Whatever. And I mean, that can mean relationships, an old house, a job, maybe a new season for you in your ministry. And it's not because we're necessarily afraid. We just kind of get, you know, on our, I don't want, it's good. We don't even have an imagination enough to see that we have an outhouse. We think it's good. We don't see that there's indoor plumbing. So we did fight tooth and nail. Beloved, here's what I say. Let us say today, let this be our motto. I surrender all. I surrender all to thee, my blessed Savior. I surrender all. I surrender all, my beloved. I surrender all to you today. Why? Your imagination, your thoughts, your everything is higher and bigger and better. And I want that, Papa, because you may have some special anointed job for me, and I do want to fulfill that for your beautiful, beautiful purpose. Pray today, beloved. My God, help me to surrender all to thee, my blessed Savior. Oh, friends, thank you so much for joining me. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you. Sorry if I drug it out a little bit, but that Psalms 139 is worth reading and listening to. I love you. I thank you for coming today. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. And by the way, just for the last word, I'm Mama, and these, beloved, these are my chronicles. Thank you. Good night.